Hi, I'm Beau Brockett, host of Common Groundwater, a Michigan Environmental Council podcast. To give you a sense of what this podcast will be, it's best to first turn toward our name. If you're a Michigander, you know that the Great Lakes are a defining feature of our state. Their outlines are found on bumper stickers and t-shirts. We go to them for day trips, or if we live nearby, we walk past them on our evening strolls. And our Great Lakes give many of us our water and give many of our ecosystems the life they need. But there's a so-called sixth Great Lake that is just as critical to our identity as Michiganders and to the life that Michigan provides. That's our groundwater. Our groundwater is vast. It reaches every corner of the state. It's deep. And it's still a mystery to us. It's a bit like the ocean. We're still mapping it out, getting a sense of its true extent. And these features of groundwater are also the features of our podcast in a way. We want to tell the stories of environmental issues by reaching across the state, going to communities, talking to people, getting a sense of what these problems are like on the ground. We want to reach deep, talking about nuance and politics and history and policy. And we want to be able to dredge up the mystery of it all, the big grand story that is still personal and meaningful to each and every one of you. Our Common Groundwater series will be broken up into a set of miniseries, each on one particular environmental topic. Each miniseries will have a story arc of 4 episodes, and each episode will cover a different portion of the story. We'll talk about the issue itself. We'll talk about solutions. We'll look at what the future might look like. And we'll have a little bit of fun too. We also want to be able to take this Common Groundwater podcast and put it into a larger context. The issues that we're talking about throughout the course of this podcast series are not only critically important to Michigan, but they're also on the cusp of being resolved or of being made better. A lot of the issues we're talking about have policies that are on the cusp of passing in the Michigan legislature. And to really capitalize on this moment, we want to create a groundswell through Common Groundwater for people to learn more, whether that be through email or social media or blog posts, and to take action around the issue, whether that be through joining coalitions, reaching out to legislators, even providing public comment. So what does all this look like? Well, for that, we can turn to our first mini-series, Project Greenprint. Project Greenprint is meant to be about the intersection between Michigan's climate crisis and our housing crisis. Every home has a blueprint, but we have a greenprint, a way of solving both our climate and housing crises through greener housing, through more affordable housing, and housing that in general is just better for Michiganders. Our set of 4 episodes around Project Greenprint will cover things from building codes to population woes to what a home of the future might look like. And these disparate parts will all come together into one grander story that will be personal to each and every one of us as Michiganders. In later months, we'll talk about water quality and septic tank pollution. We'll talk about our recycling systems and our dunes ecosystems. We ultimately created this podcast for people like you, for people who care about and love Michigan and who want to see it be made better and play a role in making it better. So stick around in the coming weeks for our Project Greenprint series, and stick around in the coming months for other issues and for other stories.